IndusInd Bank has also come out with its Q2 numbers. Let's quickly take a look at the numbers on your screens at this point in time.
So Shweta, I think the numbers, at least on the profitability front, are actually ahead of the estimates. We were pegging IndusInd Bank's Q2 profit to grow by about 20% on a year-on-year basis. It has come about 22% higher at 2202 crore in the quarter gone by versus 1805 crore in the year ago period. Net interest income, which we had expected to come in at around 20% higher on a year-on-year basis, came in at 18% higher. Net interest income stands at about 5,077 crores against the expectations of about 4,300 and against Q2 FY23's 4,302 crores. Okay. Now, net NPAs have declined by about 40 basis points from 0.61% in the year ago quarter to about 0.57% in this quarter. Kranthi, the results look, there is a beat on the profitability front, but net interest income has come below the street's expectations. Also, the street was factoring in a lower number in the first place, given that the higher cost of funds was expected to pull down that number. How are you reading the numbers, sir?
Numbers look decent, given the kind of, as you mentioned, the high cost of funds at this quarter, and the interest rates have been rising up, and bank has to compete with other corporate banks also. Numbers look decent at this point of time, Suyash, and any dip in names like IndusInd Bank, it's a good entry points for the investors at this point of time. We need to see when the NIMs can go up. The cost of funds is also one of the key thing. We need to wait and watch. Overall, it's a decent set of numbers. That's what I can say with respect to IndusInd Bank is concerned at this point of time.
But will you recommend buying the stock? Because over the last 6 months, the stock has done fairly well. It's up about 29%, whereas, the peers such as HDFC Bank is actually down about 8%. ICICI Bank is down about 7.8%. So we have seen a good, performance from IndusInd Bank stock as well. Even I think a couple of weeks back, it hit a 52-week high. So will it be prudent to enter the stock at current levels?
Yeah, any dip names like IndusInd Bank, it's a very good entry level for the investors who are investing with a medium to long-term perspective. Definitely, it's a good entry level for the investors, even the fresh investors. Any dip in the stock can be a good opportunity to enter whenever there is a knee-jerk kind of reactions at this point of time. It's a good entry level for the investors. Suyash.
All right, staying on with the banking pack, PSU banks have been laggard in the past couple of sessions. What are you making, with what's happening as far as PSU banks is concerned, Kranthi?
Yeah, Shweta, they had a dream rally, we can say, and
so it's all profit booking now.
Yeah, and also the weakness in the market making them to book in the making the profits at this point of time. We need to wait and watch for the results. We can expect a decent set of numbers from all these PSU banks are concerned. In a medium to short-term perspective, they looks compelling at this point of time. We can see some kind of still some steam is left with respect to PSU banking stocks are concerned at this point of time, Shweta.
Now, Kranthi, not only in PSU banking stocks, we are also seeing correction in the PSU stocks. In fact, I was looking at HUDCO today. The stock fell down about 11% when the government decided to offload its stake to meet that minimum public shareholding norm of about 25%. Now, there are about 16 PSUs in which government holding exceeds that 75% threshold. So would you recommend, given the kind of returns that we have seen and the rally we have seen from PSU banks, some of them which have turned multi-bagger, would you recommend investors to book some profits or now, or completely exit the space at this point in time?
Yes, all these PSU stocks, majority of these stocks have been in a momentum zone. Okay, some stocks without any fundamentals also they have been going up. So for the investors, a serious investors, this is not the place to be in. It is mainly for the traders and the momentum investors who like the momentum. one need to have exercise strict stop losses when they're entering into these kind of counters. Okay, just to mention, as you mentioned, Hutko, the stock was a laggard, but as there is, I have been telling we have been discussing on your show also, there is a two-digit factor is playing. Most of the stocks who are in this two-digit, just to mention MMTC, Hutco, all these stocks have been momentum in nature. So if the trader have taken the position, better to book some profit from the table at this point of time. And if still they have the risk appetite, they can hold, because these are the momentum in complete in nature. Okay, when the momentum stops, we don't know exactly. So better to be take some profit from the table in these names.